Forget what you've been told. Medieval queens were not just women in fancy dresses waiting for their kings to return from war. Many of them ruled nations, commanded armies, and shaped the course of history in ways you probably never imagined. A dramatic painting of a medieval queen with a crown, slow zoom on a medieval castle with flags waving, Eleanor of Aquitaine. Take Eleanor of Aquitaine. She was one of the wealthiest women in Europe and became queen of both France and England. Eleanor wasn't a background figure. She led armies in the Second Crusade, negotiated political deals, and even went against her husband, King Henry II, when he crossed her. Her influence stretched across two powerful kingdoms. A medieval map of France and England. A painting of Eleanor riding a horse in armor. Castle imagery with banners of both nations. Isabella of France, the she-wolf of France. Then there's Isabella of France, often called the she-wolf of France, married to King Edward II of England. She grew tired of his failures. Isabella raised an army, overthrew him, and ruled as regent on behalf of her son Edward III. Imagine that. A queen organizing a coup against her own king. A medieval army marching with flags. Dark, moody painting of Isabella. Crowns and medieval throne imagery. Margaret I of Denmark. Margaret I of Denmark pulled off one of the greatest political moves of the Middle Ages. She united Denmark, Sweden, and Norway under one crown in the Kalmar Union, creating a powerhouse in Northern Europe. Few kings could claim such an achievement, let alone a queen. Map of Scandinavia lighting up with all three countries. A regal portrait of Margaret I, Viking-inspired backgrounds fading into medieval crowns. Why this matters so? Why don't we hear more about these women? Because history books written mostly by men often downplayed their power. But the truth is clear. Medieval queens weren't just symbols of royalty. They were rulers, warriors, and political masterminds. Stack of old history books, turning pages, a queen silhouette overlaid with chess imagery, queen piece. Collage of Eleanor, Isabella, Margaret. The next time you think of medieval queens, remember this. Behind every crown was a woman with the power to change nations. If you found this surprising, imagine how many more untold stories history is still hiding. Slow zoom out from a crown on a throne. Text on screen, history is full of surprises. Subscribe for more.